Most of us spend our early 20s chasing the exact same milestone, that first real paycheck. We assume higher income builds wealth. Yet for many professionals, this first credit notification actually marks the beginning of a lifelong cycle of financial dependency. Look at the psychological trigger that hits the moment that money clears. After years of studying and scraping by on a tight budget, there is an intense, almost overwhelming urge to finally reward yourself. You feel you've earned a better lifestyle, so the spending starts. First, the latest flagship smartphone, then a branded wardrobe refresh, and suddenly weekends are spent at restaurants where a single dinner costs what you used to spend on groceries in a week. These purchases send a very specific signal to your brain. They create a temporary sensation of success, but beneath the surface, you're just weaving the first few threads of a trap. The initial rush from unboxing a new gadget or wearing a designer label fades in a matter of weeks. What doesn't fade is the new baseline you've set. You now have to maintain this standard, paying the recurring costs and subscriptions required to keep up appearances. By confusing cosmetic lifestyle upgrades with actual wealth, you anchor your monthly expenses right up to the edge of your new income. You have guaranteed that you will need every future paycheck just to survive. Fast forward 5 years. The salary has doubled, maybe even tripled, but the bright smile from that first paycheck is gone, replaced by a constant, low-level anxiety. This graph shows exactly why. We see the income line rising steadily over time, but the red line, representing lifestyle expenses, doesn't stay flat. The purchases have escalated. The smartphones evolved into hefty car loans, and the weekend dinners morphed into massive monthly EMIs for a premium apartment. The red line rises to sit right underneath the income line. Look at that almost invisible sliver between what is earned and what is owed. Despite pulling in a high income, mental stress peaks because there is zero margin for error. A single missed paycheck would cause the entire structure to collapse. This specific state is called the golden handcuffs. You are earning a great living, but the obligations attached to that lifestyle lock you into your current job, no matter how toxic, draining, or unfulfilling it becomes. The weight of those monthly EMIs strips away your options. You can't take a pay cut to pivot to a career you actually enjoy. You can't take the risk to start your own business. You can't even take a 3-month break to recover from burnout. Real poverty is defined by a total loss of agency. In this case, the prison is entirely self-imposed, built from the very luxuries intended to signal success. So, what separates someone trapped in this cycle from those who actually build wealth? It comes down to exactly what they do in the days following a salary increase. Let's look at this cash flow diagram. For the average earner, money flows into the central bank account bucket, but immediately drains out the bottom. These holes are liabilities, possessions like cars, luxury gadgets, and high-interest mortgages that actively pull money out of your pocket every month through loans, depreciation, and maintenance. When a promotion happens, the inflow of money gets much wider, but instead of letting that bucket fill up, the average earner immediately expands the holes. They buy a bigger car or a larger house, draining the new money exactly as fast as it comes in. The wealthy focus on a completely different category: assets. An asset is an investment, like an index fund, real estate, or a business, that actively puts money into your pocket without requiring your continuous physical labor. When a wealthy individual gets a salary bump, they don't upgrade their lifestyle. They deliberately divert that extra cash directly into acquiring more income-generating assets. They keep their living expenses flat while their investment pool grows. One group uses their extra income to buy cash flow. The other uses it to buy obligations. Breaking out of this cycle requires a harsh, immediate mindset shift. You have to stop treating a salary increment as permission to spend more money. The most effective step you can take is automation. The moment you get a raise, set up an automatic transfer that diverts that exact amount straight into your investments before you even see it. Over time, this portfolio of assets begins generating its own returns. Slowly, the income from your investments starts covering your basic living expenses, replacing your reliance on your monthly salary and actively loosening those golden handcuffs. This is incredibly difficult psychologically. It means resisting intense societal pressure. You have to be willing to drive an older car and live in a modest apartment, while your peers go into debt to show off wealth on social media. Without a deliberate plan to invest, every promotion you get only tightens the chains around your wrists. But by choosing to build assets over chasing lifestyle upgrades, you finally purchase the only luxury that actually matters: your complete freedom.